I'm 73 years old. I worked 50 years for the same company. Good company. You'd recognize the name if I said it. And I'm broke. Not dramatically broke. Not homeless. But broke in the way that matters when you're my age. I have enough to survive. I don't have enough to live. And there's no version of this where my income comes back. I'm not telling you this for sympathy. I don't need that. I'm telling you because I see you making the same assumptions I did. And I'm running out of time to warn anyone who'll listen. Let me take you back to when I realized how wrong I'd been. It was a Tuesday. I remember that. I was 64, about to retire. I'd been looking forward to it for, God, probably 10 years. I sat down with someone from HR, nice woman, younger than my daughter, and she walked me through the retirement package. Pension, Social Security projections, the 401k I'd been contributing to. She laid it all out on her screen, turned it toward me, and said, "So based on your current situation, here's what you're looking at monthly." I looked at the number. Then I looked at her. Then I looked back at the number. And I said, That's it?" She nodded. Very professional, very kind. "That's based on your contributions and the company match over the years. It's a solid foundation." Foundation. That word stuck with me because what she was showing me wasn't a foundation. It was the whole structure, and the structure was smaller than I'd imagined. A lot smaller. That's when it hit me. Not all at once, just quietly. I'd spent 50 years assuming the job was handling this, that the company, the benefits, the steady paycheck, that all of it added up to security. And technically, it did add up, just not to enough. I need to be clear about something. I didn't fail because I was reckless. I didn't blow money on stupid things. I didn't have a gambling problem or a drug habit or some secret second family. I lived a normal life. I bought a house. I raised kids. I took a vacation most years. I saved a little here and there. I did what everyone said was responsible, and it still wasn't enough. Because here's what I didn't understand, and what I don't think you understand either. A good salary is not the same thing as financial security. It just feels like it is. For a very long time, I made decent money. Not rich, but comfortable. Every year, I got a raise. A small one, but still. Every few years, a promotion. New title, new responsibilities, more respect. I looked at my W-2 at the end of the year and thought, I'm doing fine. But income isn't structure. Income is just permission to delay structure. And I delayed it for decades. Let me tell you what I thought retirement would look like. I thought I'd wake up whenever I wanted. Travel a bit, nothing crazy. Just see some places I'd always talked about. Spend time with the grandkids. Maybe pick up a hobby. Something slow. Something I could enjoy without a clock hanging over me. You know what my retirement actually looks like? I budget. Every month. Every week. Really. I watch grocery prices. I compare gas stations. I think twice before I say yes to dinner with old friends because I know what it'll cost, and I know I can't just absorb it anymore. I don't travel. I see the grandkids when they're nearby. I picked up a hobby. It's called trying to make my savings last longer than I do. This isn't what I worked 50 years for, but it's what I get. Because working 50 years doesn't mean anything if you don't build correctly while you're doing it. Here's where I went wrong. I assumed the job was enough. I thought, good company, steady paycheck, benefits package, pension, this is the formula. If I do this long enough, I'm safe. And that's the lie. Not because it's malicious, but because it's incomplete. Your job gives you income. It doesn't give you security. Security is what you build with that income when no one's watching. And I wasn't building. I was just spending time. I maxed out my lifestyle to match my salary. Every time I got a raise, my life got a little more comfortable. Better car, better dinners, better vacations. I told myself I deserved it, and I did. But I also told myself I'd catch up later. That once things slowed down, once the kids were out of the house, once I hit a certain salary level, then I'd get serious about saving. I never got serious. Because there was always something else, something more immediate, something that felt more important in the moment. And 50 years of moments add up to a reality you can't undo. Here's what I should have done. And I'm not saying this to beat myself up. I'm saying it because you still have time to do it. I should have treated savings like a bill, not an option, not something I'd get to if there was money left over. A bill. First thing. Every month. Non-negotiable. I should have learned how compound interest actually works. I mean, really learned it, not just nodded along when someone explained it. I should have understood that starting at 25 versus starting at 45 is the difference between comfort and survival. I should have ignored my salary and focused on my structure, because salary is just a number on a screen. Structure is what keeps you alive when the salary stops. But I didn't do any of that. I trusted my income longer than I trusted my future. Let me tell you what happens when you keep living the way you're living now. You'll hit 50, then 55, then 60. And every year, you'll feel like you're making progress because your title gets better, your responsibilities grow, people respect you more. You'll feel successful, and you are at work. But then you'll sit down with someone from HR, or a financial advisor, or you'll just run the numbers yourself one night when you can't sleep. And you'll see the gap between what you thought you'd have and what you actually have. And it'll be too late to close it. Not because you can't save, but because you don't have enough time left for those savings to grow. You don't have 30 years of compound interest ahead of you. You have 5, maybe 10. And you'll realize, I did everything right at work. I just didn't do anything right for myself. That's where I am. That's where you're headed if you don't change course. I'm not angry. I used to be. I was angry at the company for not explaining things better. Angry at HR for not making the numbers clearer. Angry at myself for not asking more questions. But anger doesn't help. It's just noise. What helps is clarity. And here's the clarity. No one is coming to save you. Not your employer. Not your pension. Not Social Security. Not some future version of yourself who magically gets better at money. You save yourself, or you don't. It's that simple, and that hard. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with how you've lived? I don't mean emotionally, I mean structurally. If your life ended tomorrow, would the people you love be okay? Would your future self, the one who can't work anymore, be okay? Or would they be left figuring it out? Scrambling? Compromising? Because that's the test. Not how hard you work, not how much respect you earn, not how many promotions you get. The test is, did you build something that lasts after the work stops? I didn't. And now I'm 73, and I'm paying for it. So here's what you do, not someday, not when things calm down. Now, you open your retirement accounts, all of them, 401k, IRA, whatever you have, and you look at the balance. Really look at it. Then you find a retirement calculator. There are dozens online, free ones. You plug in your numbers, current age, current savings, how much you're contributing every month when you want to retire, and you let it show you the truth. Not the version you've been telling yourself, not the optimistic guess. The actual projection based on actual numbers. If it's good, great. Keep going. If it's not, then you adjust. You increase your contributions. You cut something that doesn't matter. You stop delaying the thing that does. This isn't motivational. This is math. And math doesn't care about your intentions. I worked 50 years. I showed up every day. I did good work. I was respected. I was valued. I thought I was doing everything right. And in a lot of ways, I was. But I confused a good career with financial intelligence. I thought stability at work meant stability in life, and those are not the same thing. A good job kept me comfortable. It didn't keep me secure. I'm not telling you this story so you'll feel bad for me. I'm telling you because I recognize you. I see the same patterns, the same assumptions, the same delays, and I'm running out of time to warn you. You think you have time. You think you'll handle it later. You think the job, the good job, the stable job will take care of it. It won't. I know because I lived it. I worked harder than most people I know. I did everything society tells you to do, and I still ended up here. 73 years old, 50 years of work behind me, and not enough money to live the life I thought I'd earned. You don't want this. Trust me. So do the math. Build the structure. Start now. Because later has a way of becoming never, and never has a way of becoming too late. I learned that the hard way. You don't have to.